The new and updated Elgato Wave XLR Mark.2 have many new and exciting features compared to the older Wave XLR Mark.1. The Elgato Wave XLR Mark.2 now features an onboard digital signal processing, shortly a DSP. Digital signal processing of DSP means that all the microphones processing now being processed inside of the Wave XLR instead of where on the Wave XLR Mark.1 it have been processed inside of your computer and it was affecting your computer's performance, which means you can have all the microphones processing turned on without it tanking your computer's performance, which is a great new feature that every audio streaming interface should have. The Wave XLR Mark.2 now features an 80 dB of microphone input gain, so it can power up the most gain-hungry microphones like the Shure SM7B from previous 75 decibels of gain compared to the Mark.1. There is a new and improved version of Clip Guard that prevents your audio from distorting using a 32-bit fault processing, which allows you for a clean audio signal without distortion, even when the audio is clipping. It features the same auto gain feature as the previous Wave XLR Mark.1, which sets your microphone gain automatically as you speak into the microphone. The upgraded headphone amplifier provides enough power to drive even 120 ohm headphones like my Sennheiser HD560S to comfortable listening volumes with a good clarity. In the software, in the microphones processing tab, we have an expander which works like a noise gate, allowing you to have a clean audio without any background noises. A voice tune that kind of works like a compressor that makes your voice sound more full. An actual compressor if you need more of the microphone's processing and make sure your audio won't clip during the streams and recordings. But even if I turn on the compressor, I think that it's not like necessary to have the compressor on, so I leave this turned off. And I think it still sounds great with the clip guard turned on. There is an equalizer to change the frequencies of your voice, make it sound professional. A voice focus, which is using AI to capture your voice and reduce background noises to make sure your voice stands out sounding clean. Voice focus is not part of the onboard DSP, and voice focus uses AI-based noise reduction through a software. Also, there is a low-cut filter which cuts the low bass-heavy frequencies in your microphone, so if your voice is bass-heavy, you might need to turn this on if you want to lower these frequencies to prevent the sound to be too muffled or too bassy. And lastly, there is a Add Effect tab where you can add additional VST plugins. You can use the Elgato's stock VST plugins like a compressor, de-esser, EQ, and noise removal. You can also add your own third-party VST plugins. And you can access the Elgato's VST plugins inside of the Elgato's marketplace, inside the Wavelink 3.0. You just have to log into your profile and you can download and get the noise removable, an equalizer, a compressor, and de-esser. But those are not being processed by the onboard DSP. So if you want to have everything to be tuned with the onboard DSP, make sure to use all these hardware effects that the Wavelink allows you to have. In the input and monitoring tab, you have a features as auto gain, which locks your microphone's gain. That prevents you from accidentally changing your microphone's gain by adjusting it with the Wave XLR physical knob, which you can also change the volume of your headphones. A 48-watt phantom power if you are using a condenser microphone. An inline boost compatibility if you are using a microphone's inline signal booster like a flathead or call drifter for quite dynamic microphones like an SM7B. But as you can hear, I am using an SM7B right now, recording this video, and I only have my gain set to 50 decibels, which makes it loud enough to make it sound really great. There is a clip guard tab which prevents your microphone signal from being distorted when the audio will get too loud and will start clipping. It will make sure your audio signal stays clear. On the monitoring tab, you can also change the volume of your headphones and your self-monitoring how loud you will hear yourself in your headphones, and that is a zero latency, so monitoring yourself while recording is without any delay. But you have to use the direct monitoring tab underneath it, so it will disable any monitoring delay and let you hear all the microphones processing in real time. And lastly, there is a high power mode which allows you to power up high impedance headphones up to 170 milliwatts. There also is a sound check tab which you can record your own voice and then you can listen to it with all the processing being turned on, but it's been bugging and not working properly every time. Most of the time it was not working for me really well. So yeah, if you want to listen to your voice with all these processing turned on, make sure to use the direct monitoring. If you won't be using the direct monitoring, there will be a delay, and for me, I hear myself twice in the headphones. So yeah, these have been the new and updated Elgato Wave XLR, and I think it features a lot of new things compared to the Mark 1. I have tested the Mark 1, the Wave XLR Mark 1 before on my YouTube channel. You can check the link in the video description. And yeah, I think the new Elgato Wave XLR is nice. It has a lot of new features compared to the Mark 1, and so far I'm really happy with it, with all these effects, plugins and settings, and it allows me to have a nice microphone volume and nice microphone processing without it being tanking my CPU's performance. So yeah, these have been the review of the Wave XLR.